Okay, class, I'd like to introduce this morning Ms. Beatriz Mata, our Nursing Allied Health Clinical Affairs Specialist. And if you just hold your questions until the end, we will answer any questions that you may have. So jot those things down. Ms. Mata, let's welcome her here.
Good morning once again. Okay, we're going to be going over the requirements checklist that is required for all programs here at the Nursing and Allied campus. You are required to obtain an account through Complio. That is a tracking system that we now use for students to upload their information, their IDs, their immunizations, any documents that we need. Complio is a subscription for 14 months. It is $85. It includes a subscription, the criminal background check, and the drug and alcohol screen. With that, on the second page, you will see step-by-step how to create the account. You will also pay that online. You don't go to me in my office. I will not take any money. The account generally takes about 5 minutes to create. Once you do pay, then you are able to do your background check. As soon as you enter your information, the system runs your background check. It'll be uploaded 2 to 4 business days to your account. You will get notification when it's been uploaded, and it will go into my work queue. Same goes for your drug and alcohol screen. It'll prompt you to input your zip code. From there, bless you, it'll take you to the nearest lab. You will be emailed a voucher, whatever email you input into your account, that voucher will be emailed to that account. Voucher, take it to the lab, do the urinalysis. The drug and alcohol screen will be uploaded to your account 2 to 4 business days. Again, you will get notification. It'll go to my work queue. I am given 48 hours to review accounts, especially before school starts. Everybody's trying to get their information in. Please don't come to my office and say, I just uploaded my information. Can you clear me? I need to register. Or they only have 1 slot left. You all have to wait. I do apologize. That's why we start this off early. And I highly recommend that you get on the process now. The 2-3 programs that do require you to have this prior to registering is the patient care and the EMT. You need those. You need to have already cleared, compliant, everything approved to be registered. For any other programs that require an application, on that I do advise you to please wait till you get your acceptance letter. Once you get your acceptance letter, start doing this. Again, upon getting your acceptance letter, same thing with the nursing, you have to be clear and compliant so they can register you. Okay, if on your background, Ms. Mata, something happened when I was in high school, there's something in my background, I do recommend that you come to my office. I will give you a form for the nursing students. It's called a declaratory order form. That's more of an application. You have to submit court documents, maybe a written statement, maybe even a fee. That just initiates the process to get your background. On this one, this is only for the nursing students, any vocational nursing or ADNs. This is required by the Texas Board of Nursing. This is your background check. You must submit this roster to me. I submit it to the Board of Nursing every Friday. Ms. Rosemary takes about 2 to 3 weeks to reply back to me. In that email, she will indicate what students need to submit digital fingerprints. If you get that email, there'll be attachment on there with instructions, and this attachment will be on there. This is your application to begin your fingerprints, and this is a service code. You're going to do that. Once you go to your digital fingerprints, from there, give it an additional 2 to 4 weeks to hear from the Board of Nursing. You may get a blue card. It is like a baby blue postcard, very insignificant. That is your clearance, that from the Board of Nursing. If they find something in your background, they have any questions, you will get a letter from the Board of Nursing indicating, you know what happened here, please send us further documentation. Any issues with that, it's not with me. I can direct you, but it wouldn't be with me. It will be more with the Board of Nursing, okay? Going back to the checklist. Real quick, let's just say for the EMTs, anything with PTAs, those do require going to that specific agency. You do have to submit their own documentation for your background, and just in case you do have something on there, it can take anywhere from 4 to 6 months to clear. So I do advise you, please start early in the process. Go to my office, I'll direct you as to where to go, what application to have. For your immunizations, these are the immunizations that you are required before starting any program. I do emphasize on the hepatitis B. Reason being is that one takes the longest. It can be anywhere from 4 to 6 months to complete. If you do not have proof of your immunizations, you can always go to your high school, ask for proof there. You can always go to the health clinic, ask, they may have some records there. If not, then you would have to start the series. And I recommend that you start now just in case you don't have any proof of that. Or you can also do what's called a titer. That is a lab work that indicates whether you are immune to hepatitis B. If it shows positive and you are immune, you don't need to take the series. I will accept the titer. Same goes for the MMR. You need 2 doses. That's required. Same goes for the varicella. That is your chickenpox. The 2 doses are required. Let's just say, but Ms. Mata, I already had the chickenpox when I was 2, when I was 4. Fine. There is a form online on the Nursing and Allied website that you can obtain. It is a history of disease form. If you're 18 and over, you can self-declare. Just put an approximate month and year when you were sick with chickenpox, or you can have mom or dad sign off on it. Once you have the hepatitis, the MMR, and the varicella, those are good for life. You don't have to, update it. The only one that does expire is the TDAP. That's every 10 years. And if you are 22 and younger, you are required to have a meningitis vaccine. That expires every 5 years. If you have your immunizations, you can always go to my office. I'll review it. Be more than happy to help you out as to what you're pending or what's going to be expired. With the flu, that is required yearly for every program. Once you go to obtain the flu, it is student responsibility to ask for the vial lot number and the vial expiration date. The expiration date is not the year from when it was administered. It's actually on the vial. There's a difference. So y'all are supposed to ask for that information. Same goes for the TB. That is a yearly vaccine. If you show positive for a PPD, you are required to do chest x-rays. The chest x-rays must come out negative. If you submit chest x-rays, those are good for 2 years. Going back to your ID, must be valid, photo ID signed. It can be a passport, Texas ID, or military ID. Social Security, that one must be signed by the card holder. Let's just say it's an original, you don't want to actually sign the original, I will accept a copy, and you can just sign off on that and submit that information. Where am I? The technical performance standards, that's 3 forms, it's included in the packet. Please read over it. Make sure you understand what you are initially in signing. Please initial every item. It's 3 pages. At the very last page, you are going to sign, print, and date. When you submit the document, I do expect that you upload the 3 documents, not just the page where you signed. And please don't stack them. Like, oh, you know what, I initialed, and signed. No, I need to see the full document. The one, where is the next one? Going to the next one is the NIH policy. Please make sure you read that. You understand it. Sign off on it and date it. The ones that do have for nursing programs, there is a disclosure statement on there. There's a series of questions. Please be honest. Doesn't matter, if you've had, there's a record, indicate yes. We want you to be honest as opposed to, they find out later on that you weren't. And the last one will be, It is the practicum hospital orientation. That's going to be through your Blackboard. You're going to register for the course. There's no fee. It's already included. You're going to register for the course. It's step-by-step how to go about registering for it. You are going to take pre-test 1, 2, and 3, practice test. Then you take post-test 1, 2, and 3. You are supposed to get an 80 or better to be able to print your certificate. Any issues registering for the course or printing the certificate, please call the help desk. The number is at the bottom. And the last document will be the information security agreement. Same thing, please make sure you read and you understand what you're signing. Sign and date were indicated. Going back to the roster. On this one, especially the nursing, well, it's for every program, but more the nursing students. You are representing STC, especially when you're wearing the scrubs with the patch. So I know there's some days with finals, you know, you've had a long day. Some of you may go out of happy hour. Please try to remove or cover up, you know, your scrubs. If you can, you know, remove the top, because it kind of looks bad, you know, when, I get it, I've been there, you know, you all need to relax sometimes, but please make sure the ID, the scrub, the top, that you remove that or you cover it up, because again, you are representing STC. And please be aware that if anything happens, you get pulled over, you go to jail, that can affect you in your program, especially you future nurses. The Board of Nursing is very critical on that. So if something does happen, you are responsible in letting them know what happened before they find out. It looks, you know, a lot better when you take responsibility and you contact them. You know what, this happened this weekend, what can I do, what's the next step? Okay? Let me just see what else. Again, if you feel that you have anything in your background, please come and see me. I am in room 124. I will direct you as to what steps to take. Oh, I'm sorry, I do apologize, I skipped the CPR. On the CPR, please make sure it's for the American Health Association for healthcare providers. That is crucial, you need that one. Don't give me the one that has the AED on it. It has to be for healthcare providers. They still have the ones that are the IDs, which is the two-part, front and back. Make sure it's signed. Or now they're implementing the e-card. That'll be emailed to you. I'll accept that as well. If you have health insurance, Medicare, Medicaid, Blue Cross Blue Shield, Humana, that's part of your health insurance. Or if you don't have health insurance, you can always go back to our providers list. It's this one, the gray shaded area. This is for accidental insurance. This is only if something happens to the student. You can ask them, what if I poke myself with a needle? Am I covered? They say yes. Good indication, you know that you can go and get that one. I do recommend you call around, price around to see what best fits your budget. You do not need both. You don't need health insurance and accidental. I only need to see one or the other. Liability, that is already included in your tuition. That's just, God forbid, something happens to the patient. Y'all are covered. What else did I miss? I believe that is it. Going back briefly to the flu, let's just say you're pregnant, you become pregnant, you can't take it. I will need a doctor's letter from your OBGYN indicating, you know, that you're exempt from taking that vaccine. That's it. Any questions?
Let's say thank you to